welcome Stunt Hangar guys. Today we have some visitors to the Skunk Works. We have Tom Creasy and
Dave Hobbs.
Dave Hobbs. And he's brought along his airplane with Fowler flaps.
There's been so many different discussions on the Fowler flap. Some of them, say it's a slotted flap. Some say it's a bi-directional flap. So I don't know. I would say bi-directional. That just goes right on. That'll go up there. Just haven't sanded it yet.
I would clearance these. Better get some more clearance, or
Well,
16.
I haven't sanded the fuselage down, so it's the fuselage is just on there with a drop of CA.
That's fine, but I make a 1/16 of an inch clearance there and a 1/16 of an inch here. They're way too tight. But once you put the paint on them,
Yeah, then you got the
They'll
paint,
seize right up.
paint build up, right?
okay, what
So I thought I would get my fuselage sanded first, get it tapered, and then I was going to work on my clearances.
yeah. 'Cause they're
If
hanging
you
up on
see, this rod goes all the way through here, and I've got a cap and bolts right here on this. You take the bolts out, and then you can just pull the carbon fiber rod right out of it. Wes, what he did was this right here on the tip. That was his whole cap. So this rear tip would go up and down. But when I was building it, I just didn't want any airflow to be bothered through my tip, over my tip.
Well, the next thing you're going to have, to put a piece of wood in here
For my covering.
covering.
Yep.
You gotta
Yep.
think about everything ahead of time.
Yep. And my questions were like for my hinges, they're CA permanently in there now with the CA. Is that good enough?
Yeah.
Okay.
I glued engine bearers in with CA.
Okay. And then my other question was should I dowel this back here into the wing? Because see, I can still get into my sheeting.
No.
No, I can just get by with just epoxy,
Or white glue.
white glue.
White glue or epoxy. Well, that Gorilla Glue works pretty good too.
Yeah, I thought when I made my landing gear rods, see, I've got the balsa there, or the hardwood there, and on the
You got JB Weld holding this in?
Yeah, that's all I had. Actually,
Who said JB Weld was just for cars?
actually, I have an account with O'Reilly's, and they bring me what I need on parts.
Yeah.
And I told them I wanted the clear, and this is what I got was the gray.
The flap setup is pretty ingenious, I have to say.
Now,
Will y'all try this at home?
I hate to tell you this, and Wesley and I have discussed, I see absolutely no advantage in it.
This is my first time, so I thought it was just something cool to have around, but
It's definitely cool.
I'd like to, yeah, my clearances are,
Way too tight.
yeah, real bad. But, like I said, she's not even.
It's not even a sandpaper thickness in it.
Yeah. It draws a little bit of moisture and
Well, actually, it's been sitting in a garage the last 3 nights of my daughter's, and this is expanding. The balsa wood is
Sucked up that moisture.
in my house. It's dry, so now it's sucked up that moisture, getting closer.
I wouldn't have done this either. Are you going to sheet the whole
I've
side?
got hardwood here, and then on this side, on both, I'm going to wrap it with carbon fiber.
16th balsa wood. Do not, don't think you're going to cover that and it's going to be strong enough.
Oh, okay.
By the time you shape this, because you're not going to leave it square, right?
No.
Look at that. See how?
Oh, it twists.
Yeah, I would probably. I don't know where this idea came from, unless it came from ABO jet.
No, I've got it. I got it from my Cardinal.
What, holes like this?
Well, it's square instead of round.
Okay. Don't do this again. This is not a good idea.
I have another sheet of emulsion. That's why I didn't put my hardwoods on yet. Because I was like, maybe I shouldn't do that.
Now there is a way. There is a way to make a built-up profile fuselage, where it has a top, a bottom, and then it's just like a regular built-up fuselage, only profile, and it has
X's in between the bulkheads.
Yeah, that's point to point. I wouldn't trust this. I mean, it's entirely up to you.
Well, all the comments I got was the same thing. Easy, if you sheet it, it'd be okay. And then some say, well, if I use a carbon fiber, it'd be okay. But like I said, I haven't built one all the time. I don't know.
Well, we're on video, and I'm going to say something that's probably going to freak some people out, but I'm not a big believer in that carbon fiber mat offering any structural strength unless it's sandwiched between two pieces of wood. I have carbon fiber here. I have carbon fiber 15,000 stuff, and unless it's sandwiched with glue between two pieces of wood, it offers no strength.
Huh.
And as far as a finish goes, I see guys put carbon tissue all over everything. It takes up twice the dough and is not as strong as Japanese tissue. And the reason why I know that is I took 3 pieces of wood, one with silk span, one with veil, and one with Japanese tissue. 8 inches long, 3 inches wide, 16th inch. Doped each one with 3 coats, put veil, tissue, and the Japanese tissue, the carbon veil, and silk span. That's what it was. And the thing that was hardest to break was the Japanese tissue.
I'll be darned. Well,
who'd have thought that?
Yeah, it's nice to know because I tell you, I'm on a budget, and that carbon fiber, man, I got to do this and this and this to get my airplane finished. I'm like, wow, I can't afford it. So.
Well, you got an airplane you can fly now. You got to just put a motor in it.
Yeah, I'll have that ready. There's a meet April 23rd close to me from the prop kickers from Jacksonville, Illinois, and I'm hoping to make it this April 23rd. So I'd like to make it down there with one of these. I'm not going to make it with this. This I need to get ready and get down so I can have it at the Nats this year.
Indianapolis.
Yeah, Wes.
You're only about a week away from flying that airplane.
Yep.
The other one?
That one.
But I'm glad I brought it because this is one of my big things right here, and I'm just gonna make me a new fuselage. See, it's not that big of a deal to cut out.
The way that this works, how I see it is, if it's gonna break, it's gonna break there, right, right straight in the line.
Well, what I thought of was just the pressure on this elevator going up and down, whether it was going to snap here and here.
Probably not. It'd be all right if you sheeted it, but you could build it a whole lot lighter if you did a built-up fuselage. And if you got a good piece of wood, you probably could make it lighter out of just one piece with no holes in it.
So actually, what I could do here on my wing then is take superfill and fill in do my body work, and then do my sand, and then I can just go right to polyspan. And then on my wood surfaces, should I cover them with polyspan because that'll get rid of the grain of my wood?
Tissue. Use silk span.
Yeah, there was, as what someone told me, that silk span went way up in price because of the tea bag.
It's out of business. There is no more silk span.
Yeah. You go on eBay and it frightened me for a 3-foot by 3-foot piece.
I'm going to show you something about building a nice, super, detailed model. And remember when you said it's all in the details or whatever?
Yeah.
Now you think, well, that looks pretty good, but you see right there,
bam. like just like a sore thumb sticking out, going hello.
I will.
Wow, you need to work on that.
Yeah, I will fix that. You know, but most guys would just say, "Well, that's good enough." But we'll go ahead and I'll sand that out.
Well, to me, that's okay. Well, to me, that ain't good enough. I'd have to say it. I gotta say, watching your videos, I'm real particular like you are. Try to be as good as I can.
Tell the camera, does the pictures do it justice?
No. You guys got to see this thing up close and personal. That's where it's at. It's immaculate. It don't even look like it's wood. It looks like it's a plastic molded model and perfect in every way.
We'll ping all this one.
Right. Hey, I like that. I like how you did that. You don't have it hooked up yet, do you?
No.
No.
That's the last thing. I was thinking about gluing all this together and taking it, flying it before I finished it.
That is nice. It looks like
We could do that with this one because it's an electric motor.
Right.
I mean, at least
Come back and paint after you fly it, but
I mean, you definitely got some good airflow coming through the front of it,
oh yeah,
keeping the electronics cool.
the cowl is vented nicely.
Yep.
Nice touch with that spinner.
Yep.
Well,
That spinner hub,
Hub
yeah.
spinner.
I'll probably take it on the lathe. I'll fly it like this. But if it's nose heavy, I'll take it on the lathe and turn it down.
Turn it down.
I got a lathe in the garage.
Yeah, you just to do a weight and balance. You ever heard of the Vanessa gravity machine?
No. Two pencils.
Two
No.
pencils right where your CG is.
You just make a block of wood, get a block of wood, foot by a foot, and take two pencils with erasers on it, drill two holes this far apart, stick the pencils into the wood like that,
Oh.
and set it on there. I ain't buying nothing. Right now, the way it sits, the CG is pretty close, so
And let's see, on your last video, you said something about, it's been, you've been working on this 5 months?
yeah,
Has it been that long?
I think so.
Wow. I remember seeing it in November, and man, 5 months passing by quick.
November, December, January,
Yeah.
February, March.
Yeah. Gosh, time goes flying.
You have to look back at the videos to see when I
You did it.
first started the wing, but
I do got to build a weight box. Looking at that weight box there, I haven't got that done yet. As soon as I get ready to build it, I'll pop up your video on weight box.
all you gotta do is go on Stunt Hangar and go to the hobby shop and buy one. I think they're $2. Easier to buy than it is to build.
Yeah. Yeah, I got me some wheels from Stunt Hangar for her.
You get the good ones,
The spoke.
aluminum.
Nope. Had to go plastic. I'd like to get these aluminum ones.
Are those cast, the aluminum ones?
They're turned.
Probably lathe, built by lathe.
They're same as on this red airplane here.
Ah.
The Milano.
Those are slick looking.
Oh yeah. Thing of it is, I got a friend that's got a lathe and doesn't know how to really use it yet.
Oh, my,
He's making ventures. I need to get him on there, make a couple wheels.
Anyway, we got that fixed sitting here. I mean, I think that'll be all right.
Do you use like if you have a low spot on your seating somewhere, do you just putty that in just like you do a auto
Bondo.
body, like Bondo? You use that superfill when you do that?
No. I'll show you how I got a spot on this that needs filled. Okay. If you look here, right there, you see that little nick?
Yep.
What I do is, get this acro green.
Oh, it's 3 in.
This ain't cheap either. 25 bucks.
Yeah, but it's a big one. It's a big tube.
Matter. It don't last long. Let's see if I can see it now.
Makes
Easy squeezy.
3
Yeah,
makes like several.
10 minutes dry and then 600 sandpaper, sand it off, shoot a little paint on it, it's done. You know, like I said on the video, how perfect do I want to make it? I mean, I could sit and dick with this,
Yeah, for 3 days.
and then
Yeah.
one time out at the flight line, it's fucked up, you know?
Well, the chance of somebody else noticing those little spots you just patched, probably nobody else would see them. But you know they're there.
Yeah, what's that? Is that where your battery goes?
Magnetically held.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that's just a 16-penny nail there. There's a magnet in this box. This is the battery box. There's nothing to hold the battery in except centrifugal force. Because it's going to be...
That's pretty much what holds that on too. Your access is the magnet plus centrifugal force.
Have you ever felt how strong an earth magnet is?
Oh yeah.
This goes on.
It's on there.
Pull that off.
Go ahead. I got one on my jet.
Yeah, it's not going to fall off. Not even if you're running that through the grass.
No.
And
It's got plenty of pull on it.
my S6B that I built over there, the red one, what holds it on is 2 magnets. Magnet to magnet. And that's really strong.
Well, you getting caught up
No,
for the year yet?
no. I have 5 more airplanes in the garage. 4 more airplanes in the garage in a trailer. That
Oh,
I have to finish these, which I'm going to do this week. I need to clear all those airplanes there.
What do you have to do to these? Now
Clear.
this one here, I saw you build this one. Actually, it's scratch build, and except I took the wing from a twister, and but I've learned a lot of things along the way. So I, you know, because I know my end result and finishing is going to be tough. You know, I don't like this stuff here. I don't like. I mean, you know, I'll get it all smooth and everything. I know it's going to be a lot of elbow.
Now, how much experience do you have flying?
I'm still a beginner.
Don't worry about it. Put some paper on it and go fly, because it probably won't last very long. No
Yeah.
offense.
No, Tom's pretty good. Don't let him bullshit you.
Well, it's been. I'm just getting back into it, you know. And but back in the day, I was the shit. I love flying, boy. I mean,
I don't think I have an ashtray. I quit smoking.
yeah.
I can run outside.
I
I smoke outside too.
I wouldn't in here anyway, man.
Oh,
Well, I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want to.
Yeah. Well, I used to smoke up there.
That's one thing
You got too
I
many
gotta
chemicals
quit smoking.
For my comfort.
I hate smoking anymore. I tell you, I just my mind.
Go to this.
my
I
mind-
got it'll be 4 years in May on this thing. $16 a month, as opposed to
I roll on
$15
mine.
a day. Well, that's
Yeah, it's
Prince
costing me
Albert?
$18 a week.
Prince Albert. What do you smoke?
No,
Bugle.
Bowie. Ever heard of Bowie?
No.
It's actually pipe tobacco. But that's
Captain Black, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Pipe tobacco.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
I got no problem if somebody watches. But the only thing I'm worried about up here is, you know, all this dust and wood.
I know it.
This place to go.
Oh, it
Yeah,
would be. It would be.
flash.
Yeah. Flash. It would. It would go quick. I haven't done my I-beam wing. I see that over there. I watch you build the one complete.
That one there.
I'm the one that asked you about when you built one. And I was like, hey, how do you install the bell crank? Boy, you was on it. Next day, bam. I know it's got to be so much lighter. Oh, my land of living. Get this. Grab a hold of this. This is going to be my...
Oh, wow.
Isn't that super light?
Weighs less than a box of Kleenex.
He wasn't just a kid in Spurgy. Yeah, I seen that. I like that.
I screwed up on this. I, you know, it's been so long since I did one of these wings like this. I made these cuts straight here, and what that does is put a stress riser in it, so I just extended.
So what you need to do is make a tapered.
Right. It needs,
Be tapered to a point.
right. Or angled.
Yeah, or angled. Right. Boy, it sure is light, man. I seen you cutting all these. It's like, well, I got 55 more.
Now that was for this one right here. And it's wrong. I'm going to have to rebuild it. I'm going to...
What's wrong with it?
It's just,
Nothing.
it's just wrong.
I like it. I like the engineering of it and all of it. Yeah, like this, like you're talking about right there.
I did...
Yep.
These I did right. This is the second wing. But it's wrong, so I have to do a third one.
Yeah, what do you do with the leaning edge?
What about it?
I mean, that gets sanded right off of there, right?
Right, you just put your sheeting on and then take
Put the sheeting on first, and then you
take a plane and
plane that off and start shaping it.
did you,
Same with this too.
right. Did you ever see me on video take my plane and go burp, 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 burp?
Yeah.
People freak out when I do that because you know, they have a hard time, but part of model building, I've been doing this 50 years. Part of model building is knowing how to use the tool.
Wood plane, hand planer, and you don't want to take off a bunch at one time either.
Yeah, 10 to 40 thousandths at a time. 40 thousandths is a good chunk.
Yeah,
Good
it
bite
is.
anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a 16th almost.
No.
32nd.
32nd. Yeah.
But, 10 thousandths, I think, I don't know where my plane's at, but it's, I set up, here, let's set this out of the way.
Sure.
Put this in my secondary spot. Yeah, you'd think that,
It's heavy, isn't it? There's some weight to it.
it'll be alright.
I weighed the wing by itself without anything on it. It's like 15 ounces.
Yeah, I'm probably taking 10 thousandths off it.
Yep. I don't have any of these yet.
They're cheap. Hobby
Yep.
Gold.
Yep.
Anyway, guys, this is the meeting with Tom Creasy and
Dave Hobbs.
Dave Hobbs. I gotta remember that. Appreciate you guys watching. There's not a whole lot to show what's going on, but until I see you again, fair winds, tight lines. See ya.
See ya.